Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Heroes Table. I'm your host Tisha. With me I have my co-hosts Midnight and Tolubius.
Hello.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
So yeah, another chill week I would say, except for the last few days. The market has been slightly upwards. I don't know if I'm ready to call bull market just yet. I would probably give it a couple of days. It seems to have lost its momentum a little bit, although it does seem to be at least avoiding a decline for now. So yeah, we'll see what happens when we enter this next week. But I think it was generally like cryptocurrencies and crypto stocks as well. But I don't see a correlation with the stock market. I don't see other stocks having this like mini bull market.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what is to blame for it, but definitely not complaining. It's nice to see green numbers for change.
Absolutely agree there. It's been a while. I guess it's been crabbing, so there's been some green with matching red, but
Yeah, I mean sideways is definitely better than down. So I've actually been pretty chill about it for quite a while. There was the initial drop, of course, and the following drops when like FTX fell and the Luna thing, all of those things. But it seems to have chilled out since then, and between like then and now it might be some kind of a turning point. I don't think we're gonna see like 40k Bitcoin anytime soon, but I mean it could happen. I definitely see many people optimistic about 100k Bitcoin this year or next year. Not sure if I would bet on that, but yeah.
I don't think I'd bet on it, but eventually.
Yeah. I'm just enjoying the sideways, just buying up some different coins. Also trying to improve my stablecoin strategies. I want to move more of my portfolio into stablecoins, at least somewhat. Then we'll see when the bull market really hits if I'm gonna convert.
I've been letting Beefy take care of my money for some time now.
I just moved from T2 to Balancer. I think
okay.
The new T2 V2 is gonna use Balancer as well, I believe, but not the same pool that I wanted to be in. And I figured it's like going in it manually rather than through T2 saves me some fees, because T2 charges some fees from the rewards.
Right.
And since I'm in the same pool with all of those funds, it doesn't make sense for me to have it through another service. It's more like now I only have one point of failure, where with T2 I have two, or well, not point of failures, but
right,
like two things that can go wrong. Either T2 goes wrong or Balancer goes wrong. Now I only have if Balancer goes wrong, so I guess there's slightly less risk.
Makes sense.
But I'm still participating in the T2 V2 with the VT2.
I just noticed that one of my T2 farms has gone out of business.
Yeah, that happens. They are moving over to this new system. I don't think it's launched completely yet, but I did get some rewards for my VT2, so I guess they're testing stuff.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that.
Yeah.
Did they introduce something new in T2? Like a new token or something?
So they are using a balancer pool that has 80% T2 and 20% USDC, I think it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then you use that, and then you stake it on T2V2, and then you get your vested voting escrow T2 or somewhat. I don't know what the VE stands for, something like that. And then you use the VE. So the VE token is an NFT that you have your locked LP coins in, and then that gives you voting power depending on how long you lock it for. And then you can vote on these new pools that, as far as I know, they're not released yet, but you can vote on them now, and then I guess it will, like depending on the votes, that's how the T2 inflation is going to be distributed.
Oh man. All right. Looks like I have some reading to do.
Yeah. It will be my second venture into this kind of like this VE token stuff. Actually only beaten by not very long. Because I just joined this new platform called Thena, which is it's like, do you know Velodrome?
Yeah.
So it's basically that, but on Binance Smart Chain. As far as I know, it's the first platform of its type on Binance Smart Chain, which is why I took a bet on it.
Interesting.
So I bought. So they have, in addition to the vested escrow stuff or voting escrow, they also have something called the NFT, which you can stake, and then you get parts of the platform's revenue, and you also get like all secondary trades of this kind, like this particular collection of NFTs. 2% of that goes to all stakers of the NFT as well. So there's like multiple revenue streams for that as well.
Interesting.
And then because I bought that NFT, I got airdropped some of the platform coins, both the locked ones and unlocked ones, but I just took my unlocked ones and locked those. And then I'm gonna use the bribes and the inflation to get my initials back, and then I'll decide what I want to do in the future, depending on how the platform looks by the time.
Nice.
But yeah, that's the first platform where I got into all this like bribing and like voting stuff.
Gotcha.
So I'm learning a lot about that at the moment.
Yeah. The bribes were always interesting to me. I was on a few different platforms getting bribes. But I've sort of consolidated that down. At some point, it's just hard to keep track of. You know, you're like locking tokens, you're getting bribed for voting, you have to remember to vote. I kept like forgetting to vote, missing the voting, and then you don't get bribed. You're like, shit, this is stupid. So I had to cut it down some.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Something a little more manageable.
Yeah, I also didn't get into it before because I didn't really understand it, and because of the mistakes I've made in the past, I have this rule that I won't invest in stuff I don't understand, and I didn't have time to really get that understanding of it. So yeah, I saw that this platform was launching, so now I had an opportunity to like be involved from the start, so I could like look through all the information as it came out, and then I could get the picture without spending a lot of time reading like this established like documents for all the older platforms, because all the information is already out there.
Yeah.
So now I could like get the dripping information, so it was easily digestible, I guess.
Nice.
And yeah, that worked for me at least. And then T2, I will have to look more into that as well. I'm also not that familiar with it, but
yeah,
I just want to participate in T2 because it's a platform that I have come to trust now, and it sounds reasonable. I guess the only worry I really have on that is that T2 will now become inflationary, so I guess it increases the risk a bit.
It's a pretty solid project. I've known the team for a while and did some work with them sort of back in the day. Always liked them.
Yeah, it's been doing pretty solid. It's also it doesn't seem to be affected by the market as much. Like it seems very sideways even when the market goes up and down. So it also, for me at least, it feels safer in a way.
Yeah.
But it has had its own ups and downs. So
Oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
not like it's the golden goose or anything. It's just it's just been chill. Just stake and chill, and then I have now I've locked my tokens, but I don't think I've ever sold any T2 yet.
I ended up selling some. Can't remember why. I just had a bunch of it, and it was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden it started taking off. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna try to learn my lesson here and take some profit, some of that. So
yeah, I think that's probably the best way to quote unquote win in this game. Remember to take profits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually the greed that gets you, because then you think, if I just keep it in a little bit longer, then I'll get more out of it.
Right. It's going up. It'll go up forever, right?
No.
If only.
Yeah, one thing I actually did in the start that I don't know why I stopped doing it, but it was definitely a mistake that I stopped doing it. But I was actually good when I started in this space to actually cover my initials, and then basically ignoring like whatever happened with the rest of the money. That's fine. I don't care about that. It's free money, so it can go up and down. But just covering my initials. But as I got more comfortable, I guess I kind of forgot that.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
That's what hit me the most when the market started going down.
Yeah.
So I think for the next bull run, if we get into another one, I will definitely try to remember that.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Some good lessons learned after this drop, I think.
And of course, you don't have to cover your initials with the same money that you have spent. Like, if I buy into Eternity, for example, I don't have to cover my initials from Eternity. It could be another investment that I'm highly in the positives, maybe, that I can take some profits from that and then cover my initials in other projects.
Right.
Just to give ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because it can also be quite expensive to take profits on a project that you recently entered, because when you take your profits or cover your initials, you won't have a lot in the project anymore, so it becomes like almost as if you weren't in it in the first place. And I think that's why the decision to take profits or cover initials can be difficult, because you look at it and then you're like, okay, if I take my initials out, I have like $5 left. What can I do with $5 in this platform? So it, like, I can see that. No, we're not really interested in promotion and on the channel, I think. I don't know, what do you guys say? I'm responding to the chat. I'm not even sure if this is this against TOS? I'm not sure. Thanks for the offer, I guess. But
yeah, appreciate the offer. But I don't think we're interested right now.
No.
Wait. Wait, question for you on the T2 balancer, T2 USDC thing. did you stake that on Balancer and then locked the stake tokens into T2?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's how it worked, yeah.
Gotcha. Makes sense. All right, cool. So many steps, so little time.
I think I do like that part of it. Like, I think they did that in a good way, because you're not just locking T2 and getting like voting power. You're actually locking an LP, which gives it more what's it called? Like, it does something. It's not just T2 that's just sitting there doing nothing.
Right.
It has
right.
utility.
It's not a single stake. Yeah.
Because now it's still like it's basically a protocol owned liquidity in a way, as long as it's locked. So you're providing liquidity, and then they are rewarding you for providing the liquidity, rather than locking just T2 and then that T2 is just not gonna do anything. So I think I like that, even though it might be a bit more risk. But then again, you still have it as 80% T2, so it's not like you're giving away a whole lot.
Right.
And I did see some comments on the T2 Discord that if you only stake T2 in the pool, then you will essentially sell some of it to adjust for the USDC side or the USD side. But when I did it, it wasn't like there wasn't that much slippage, at least not in the amount that I staked. So I didn't bother like swapping before or after. I just let it do its thing, but they were saying there would be very high slippage, but it wasn't for me at least. So I didn't bother with it.
Wait a minute. I did the wrong thing. There we go. Looks like you can't stake it on Balancer and then lock it in T2.
No, you have to provide the liquidity on Balancer and then lock it on T2.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
I don't know if I misunderstood your question before then.
No, I just wasn't very clear on it. My mistake.
No, it's fine. I made my also be. I don't really know how Balancer works that much. I've only this is the first time I stake in it, the T2 stuff, and then I moved some of my stable coins there. But I don't really know the ins and outs of the Balancer system.
Right.
It's also a bit confusing how the pools work, because they are pools that use other platforms, but then you can still use them, like the stable pool, for example. It's using like Aave on the background, so it has these interest-bearing tokens, but it still functions like a stable swap. So it's still, you can like swap in the pool with the stable coins without having them in the interest-bearing versions. But yeah, that's a bit confusing for me.
Huh.
So it functions like as if it wasn't the interest-bearing variants, but they are interest-bearing.
Interesting.
But it's very easy to use, so it's not the usability that's a problem. It's just more difficult to understand how it works, because it doesn't work like other pools, I guess.
Right. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. But it looks very cool if I understand how it works correctly. Like, you get the benefits of other platforms, but you get the usability as if they weren't using it, like as if it was just a normal pool.
Gotcha.
So on that side, I do enjoy it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna survive on this one. Yeah, these archers are very difficult. Have anyone played some new interesting games recently?
Been pretty boring. Been playing Call of Duty,
Hmm.
but I honestly haven't had a whole lot of time. I've been doing a lot of other stuff. With all the holidays and stuff, it's been a lot of family time.
I see.
I've been painting a lot of miniatures.
Nice.
What are they? Warhammer?
Yeah, 1,000 Suns, 40K.
Nice.
I've been playing some escape games with some friends. Like on the computer, not physical escape games. I've tried that as well, but these ones are just computer games.
Cool. Like mystery, like explore the rooms and stuff kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty
That's cool.
much. So you have all these tasks that you have all these locks, and you need to figure out how to unlock them basically, so you can proceed.
Huh.
And then you have some, like in one of them, you had to steal something from like a mansion. So you start in the like hall, and then you have to move your way into the different rooms until you can finally steal this gold nugget that you've been sent to steal.
Cool.
And the series we are currently playing is on a train. And then you are just again getting through it. And I don't even remember what the goal was on the one we played yesterday, actually. I think it was just getting through it. So that was, the objective was just get from one side of, like, one end of the train to the other end of the train.
Oh, that's cool.
But there's a sequel to it that we will play probably not next week because I won't be home, but sometime soon.
I've been looking at this. I'm gonna mess up the name because I always mess up the name, like Deep Rock Galactic or something. Have you seen
Sounds
that?
familiar, but I can't.
Your dwarves.
Yeah, your dwarves on like asteroids, and yeah, it looks really goofy, but apparently it has like really in depth, like builds and stuff like that. And they just came out with like a expansion or something like that. So I check that out. But I have a really bad habit of bouncing game to game.
Yeah,
trying to fight that temptation.
Yeah, I've been playing. I think just this week I've been playing at least 4 different games, if we exclude the escape games, but just on my own.
Nice.
Recently, I've picked up Oxygen Not Included again.
Oh God. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that game.
That's also a game where you start it up and then suddenly it's 4 a.m. and then you're like, wait, wasn't it like?
Yeah.
Wasn't it only something when I started? Yeah, it goes really fast.
I had to put down Satisfactory because I just like couldn't. I got way too into it.
Yeah.
Be like, laying in bed at night, designing my next factory. Like that's okay. I gotta sleep. Like this is too much. It's too much.
It tends to be like that with Satisfactory.
Yeah, definitely. Too good.
Yeah, what I ended up doing for Satisfactory is I decided it's enough for me to watch people play it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Watch the YouTube.
Yep.
Those guys are crazy. I don't understand. Like, oh man, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, it does get crazy very fast.
Yeah.
And you just know that they've spent like hours and hours on it. But at least it won't take an hour to watch it, so.
So many hours.
Yeah. I'm also picking up some old games. Like games I've had for years and barely played because when they came out they were like this early access, but it was before it was early access. And then they've like slowly been progressing, and now it's like, I don't know, 5 years since you played it last, so now there's like all of this content that they have been putting out for the last 5 years. That's it's almost like an entirely new game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then of course all the mods that's come out since, you can check out some of that.
Yeah. I do that with Risk of Rain too. That's one that I keep circling back to. Just because it's so easy to just like hop in and start playing. And I figured out if you're playing single player, you can pause it at any point in time. So like it's perfect. I mean, for me, I work from home, so I'll like start up a game. You know, there were times where I'd start up a game in the morning, and like 2 days later I would die because I'd pause it if I like had to do work or at the end of my work day or whatever. If I didn't have time to play, I'd just pause it and I'd leave it, and I'd come back in the morning and pick it back up and go for it.
I see.
It's awesome. Gets so crazy.
Yeah, I've also been talking to people about some projects I want to start on.
Oh, nice.
Problem is having too many projects and too little time to focus on them.
I hear you. I'm rebuilding my computer, and or building a new computer, and you know, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Stupid job and life and everything getting in the way of hobbies and projects.
Yeah, that's why we need economic independence by getting rich.
Yep.
Oh, I'm getting slaughtered here. Jeez.
That's not going to get you rich, Yusha.
Nope, definitely not. I don't know how people do it. I'm getting slaughtered on level 1 still. In Dark Tower level 1.
Damn.
Oof, it's very close. Can the Augur do it alone? Now's the time for bets. Oh, he did it. Wow. I was not expecting that.
Hey.
That was a close fight. Okay. That ended differently than I expected.
Nice. There you go. Progress.
Yeah, I'm glad I have so many AoE attacks.
Clear out those groups.
The only issue with AoE attacks is if you spend all of them in one turn and then when you get to the next turn, you're fucked.
Just got to keep them rolling. Got to get a bunch of AoE attacks. Just roll through them. I think I have enough AoE attacks to where I can like cycle through them. It's either an AoE attack or a buff that I can cycle through.
I almost have that, but I think my Augur is breaking it because my Augur has only one AoE. And I think everyone else has two on my team, that is.
You guys seen any new, well, I guess you just mentioned one earlier, any new projects that think would be interested in Eternity? What you all think?
I'm trying to figure out how stuff can work.
Right. How does it work together?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I can come up with anything because, like, it could be a good medium to advertise Eternity, but then we would probably have to pay bribes if it was like on a bribe project.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, then we could use gold as bribes maybe if we have, but it would also require like trading pairs, and since we don't have a token, I don't know if we will have any trading pairs at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure if bribes would be really effective without Glory being live, and then we probably wouldn't want to bribe with Glory.
Exactly.
Because the trouble would be, I feel like most people just dump the bribe or
yes,
you know, for something else.
No, that's what I was thinking as well. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't use Glory for bribes either. So I'm not sure if that kind of project would be something that would benefit us, at least.
Right, yeah. So it wouldn't quite work well with our model.
No, I don't think so.
It would be interesting to get some advertising in Eternity.
Yeah.
Themed arenas and stuff like that. I'm sure I know we've talked about that before.
I think that would probably be the most beneficial solution. And especially if we can get it in world, so it's not like intruding on gameplay, but rather like it's just a part of the game.
Yeah.
I think that could be very good. So people could get exposure, and I guess we could get funding for the ads, and the player won't be obstructed in the game. Like it's a everybody win situation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think, you know, like arenas, like, you know, you fight a battle and one of the arenas you can fight in is the, you know, you think about this, P2 amphitheater, or just trying to come up with a good alliteration. But
it could also be like in sports, the arena could just be plastered with ads.
Yeah, that's true too.
But yeah, I mean, thematic arenas could be interesting as well. But I think there's a lot of ways to go about it. Definitely. But I think we obviously need probably more popularity until we can go that route.
Yeah. You are, I you're right on that one.
I don't think we have the most impressive numbers at the moment, so I think it's gonna be a tough sell.
Yeah, that's fair. That is a fair point. I have to figure out where everyone is.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen when the new stuff they are talking about happens.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think I'm mostly interested to see what the current player base thinks about it.
Right.
Because it's gonna be changing a lot. I think for the better, but I mean, the regular players are probably the ones that know the best.
Yeah. So I'm not sure we actually talked about what the team laid out in terms of what's coming for 2023. But if you didn't attend the Twitter space that we were on this week, there's a few things that the team is working on. The first is a massive rebalancing of the game. This is going to make rarity more important, which I think is a great thing. You know, there's something off when your common character at level 50 can do as well as, you know, a higher rarity character at level 50. So this is going to focus a lot more on rarity and making rarity stronger than it is now. And besides that, all I have is a huge rebalancing overhaul is what they've said. So they think it's going to make the gameplay a lot more fun and a lot more interesting. And they've done a good job of that.
So,
we lost you.
no. We'll see if he comes back or if he's gonna disappear. But yeah, so besides like general balancing, there's also gonna be something else, and I think I will leave it at that for now.
Oh my!
Oh, there
Can
he
you hear
is.
me?
Yep.
Ah, perfect. Sorry, Discord was like, "Shut up! You're talking too much." Yeah, so there, like Keisha alluded to, there is going to be a big something else as well. One of the other things that is not this big something else is a new way to log in. So the team is working on a way where you can log into Eternity using your Discord that has been connected to a wallet. That's just, you know, another way to help bring down a barrier. You know, folks can use their Discord profile to log into Eternity, which actually, now that I think about it, brings some interesting questions too. Like, are we going to be able to have in-game names? You know, the leaderboard will be more interesting if you can identify who in the Discord it is. So hopefully that'll come about too. We'll see some of that, and we'll get some, you know, optional specificity in the leaderboard and other in-game activities. So you know, obviously we've been talking about mobile a lot. They're pushing on mobile. They have it working well on a bunch of different platforms, but iPhone seems to be giving them some trouble. So they're focusing in on iPhone, iOS, and getting that working. You know, general optimizations, increasing performance, decreasing game asset size, and then of course skins. So more skins to come, as always. So I think that's some good stuff, both in-game, like front end and back end improvements.
Yeah.
I think mobile, you know, like we've talked about, I think mobile will be really good. On the Twitter space, I talked some about, you know, on mobile, we can bring in people that enjoy the game, want to play the game on their phone. And then, you know, once they're playing, we can say, hey, like, the blockchain is an option. If you want to bring, you know, if you want to come on chain, you can do that. So I'm hoping the mobile will also coincide with a sort of dissociation from requiring the blockchain, and we can bring folks in from the app store, stuff like that, and get them enjoying the game, playing the game, having fun, and then say, hey, if you want to, make some actual money, you can bring stuff on chain and sort of onboard people into the crypto side that way. I'm kind of thinking that will circumvent the stigma that we see with NFTs, with crypto gaming, from the general public. So, it's like, hey, you're having fun with this game. There's an option to, earn a few bucks if you just bring it on chain. Then maybe that'll help ease folks into the crypto side of it, work through that stigma that we've seen.
Mm-hmm. So the only issue I see, at least the immediate issue, is that it sounds like you still need a wallet in order to connect on the Discord. So we are not really getting rid of the problem yet in this initial version of the Discord integration, at least. But I see a lot of interesting things that we can do with this Discord integration. Like Midnight said, you can have nicknames. You can use your Discord nickname in the game. But there could also be a possibility that you could do a lot of game-specific stuff directly on the Discord, so you don't even have to start the game in order to interact with it. That's something that would be possible as well. So let's say you want to buy something. Maybe there's listings, like a bot that lists like auction listings in the Discord. You can just say, I want to buy this listing. And because you're connected with the game, it'll know everything. Maybe it'll give you a link, and then you just have to go there and confirm the transactions if it's on the blockchain. If it's not on the blockchain, it'll just happen.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. So you could buy stuff in the general store using gold or something
without even opening the game. Yeah. Interesting. That creates some really interesting economy possibilities when we do end up launching Glory and everything. Obviously that'll be on chain, but facilitating transactions like that seems like a pretty interesting thing to me. Yeah, I imagine we'll have off-chain Glory as well, like we have with gold.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely imagine there could be a lot of stuff done. I don't know how deep the developers are going to go with the Discord integration, but I just know it's possible and it sounds cool. But of course, it'll be up to them what they decide to do with it. But the possibilities out there, there's a lot of stuff that can be done through Discord, just through these commands. You can just say, I don't know, /buy, or maybe you can start a party, and I don't know how the party system works. If you can save a party, maybe you can do that in the future. Then friend list or whatever. You can all of that stuff you can manage through the Discord via commands, as well as you can do it in the game. Of course, playing the game, could be possible. You just send commands and what actions you want to do, but I don't think that would be as fun as playing the actual game. But theoretically, you could play the game through just commands. But
that'd be pretty cool.
It would, but maybe that's taking it a bit too far. But all the management parts, at least, you can pretty much do through Discord if they wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wonder if they could make it so that if you join a party with people in game, you automatically get added to an open voice chat or something like that in the Discord.
There's no technical limitations that prevents them from doing that.
That'd be pretty cool.
But that sounds like a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It could also create party channels and remove them when the party gets removed. But again, I don't think you would be in the game. Well, I guess you can be in the game and Discord at the same time. Then you kind of get the quote-unquote in-game chat through the Discord directly. So I guess they could integrate it in that way, kind of. So you just, instead of having a chat, which I tried to make at some point, you just use Discord as the chat, and then Discord is just changing depending on the actions that you're doing. So when you join a party, you're just added to a channel on Discord, and then that's your party chat. And when you leave the party, you're getting kicked out, and when the party is disbanded, that channel is deleted.
That'd be pretty cool. Sort of automate that.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, definitely.
There might even be more new stuff. I don't know all of the new features that Discord has added recently, but I think they have like some like store of some kind, but I'm not sure if servers are able to interact with the like Discord stores, like make their own stuff, or if it's only like Discord specific. But like if Discord would add something, I know they already tried to or already have like monetizable servers, so you can like have people pay to join a server now. I don't think that would be a good approach for us, at least, but maybe if they add other monetization features like Discord shop or something where you can do stuff, then you could really make like Discord useful by moving both the auction house maybe and the general store into Discord as well. Then you wouldn't even have to do it through commands. But I don't know if that's something that Discord supports yet, or if that's even something that they are gonna do. I just know I've seen they have been doing some stuff in that direction, so I don't know where they are gonna stop it with the monetization features.
Right.
But yeah, for now I don't think that's possible yet. But it would be cool. But I suppose Discord is first and foremost a communication tool and not really an everything platform.
Yeah, that's true. Might just be an interesting way, like you said, to sort of get around having to do an in-game chat feature. You just use Discord, automate it some to make it simpler.
Yeah, and it might even be possible to embed a Discord chat in the game, maybe even, so they don't even have to build the chat, they just like embed the Discord chat. That's not something I have experience with though, so I'm not sure how possible or easy that is. Well, it's easy enough to get the messages that's sent, but then you would still have to make a custom chat, which defeats the purpose. So I don't know if there's an easy way to like specifically take the Discord chat and embed it in a website. Don't think I've seen it done before, at least. Okay, this is gonna be a close one. Not sure if I'm gonna win this one. If I keep not doing any damage, then I definitely won't.
You kind of have to do damage to win it, usually.
Yeah. It's getting very close, though. Okay, but my attacks are not doing that much damage. Too much regen. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Nope. Oh, close.
You know what I just opened for the first time in a long time?
Your bank account.
Telegram.
Oh, I see.
The worst platform.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like Telegram either.
Never liked it.
There's a lot of helpful people there that want to steal your money.
I have so many messages from deleted users.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, funny how that works. Yeah, I joined a server recently because I was trying to find a Discord for that project, but then the Discord link they had on the website didn't work, so I got into the Telegram in order to get the Discord link. And then someone also DM'd me, and then he starts out by saying, admins will never DM you first, blah blah blah, and then like some admin related stuff, and then just to let him know if I needed any assistance. Then I was just like, nice try, 6 out of 10. Then he blocked me. But yeah, I just find it interesting when they literally say admins will never DM you, and then like that's quite literally what you just did. I don't know what the worst part is. Like, people are actually falling for it. I guess that's the worst part.
Seriously.
Like, if people weren't falling for it, obviously they wouldn't do it, so there must be people falling for it. And, I mean, no, I'm not here blaming people that fall for it, because obviously it's not their fault that they fall for scams. That's the whole point of the scam. It's just unfortunate.
I mean, I enjoyed the Walmart gift card scam. That was always good. It's like, oh, you owe us money, and but you have to go to Walmart and send us gift cards to pay us the money. Yes, that makes sense. I'm sorry, I will provide you with a service, but you can only pay me at Walmart gift cards. Like, that seems legit.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. But still, there are also people that fall for those scams. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
And even with all the attention that kind of scam has gotten, and we still have people falling for it.
Yeah, always.
But I guess eventually we're gonna run out of people that fall for it. Like, I mean, they typically target the older people that aren't that versed in technology, but eventually we won't have old people that don't know how technology works. And I wonder if the space is going to be different at that point, like the scamming space, because I can't imagine it would be very easy to scam people at that point.
Yeah. It'd be something new. VR scams. Something else crazy.
So. I'm sure there already are VR scams. I don't know of any, but I mean, I'm sure they are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know how a scam would work in VR.
Sure, someone could come up with something. People seem to be deviously clever that way.
True. Okay, that's rough. Losing your first character in the second round. That's a rough
Those
start.
centaurs. Those centaurs, though. Jeez.
They're something, alright.
Got past them as fast as I possibly could.
No.
Absolutely kicked my butt.
Can already tell I'm probably not gonna survive this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nope. Hello. And death. Okay, I think if this one goes as fast as the previous one, I'm sure I can finish this one before we run out of time.
I have faith in you. You can do it, Hisha.
Yeah.
Got this.
Do you think that faith is transferable?
Floor 200, common.
Okay, well, I mean, it's a third round and I didn't lose anyone yet.
There you go.
Okay, that didn't do as much damage as I was hoping for. That was alright. Then you can get this one. Okay. Heal. That wasn't much damage. This one, nice. Okay, lady in red. You stole my monk. I'm not happy with that. Okay. Maybe if I could only hit someone. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, that's my kind of my healer there. Guess I don't need the healing. Okay, and you stunned my team.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Lady in red is a rough choice of boss.
Yep, especially when she does that. Alright. Guess it's just a battle of attrition then. Can get some debuff. And some more debuff. Okay, that doesn't seem like a debuff. Okay. Alright. We'll just do that again then. See ya. Vampire is the best healer, I'm just saying.
Tell me you... Oh, nice. That was actually good. I was going to make a smart-ass comment, but I won't even. I'll let you revel in that victory.
No. I think this time the stunning was actually fighting against Lady in Red because my healing attack is the one that does the most damage. So because she stunned me so much, I could keep using it.
Nice.
So I just kept healing and attacking at the same time. And luckily I healed more than she did damage, so that was also good. Alright, but yeah, that seems like our time's up. So, do you guys have any closing comments?
Not really.
Yeah.
It looks like we are getting some attention from Web3 game launchers, which is not a thing that I really knew existed until relatively recently. So I'm sorry if that shows my ignorance, but looks like there's a good number popping up, and it looks like they're looking at getting Eternity there. So
yeah, I wasn't really aware of those either until you brought it up, but I can definitely imagine how they work. But yeah, and I guess it's yeah, you have to be careful when using them, obviously, because I imagine they will require either your seed phrase or your private key. So keep that in mind when you investigate Web3 launchers. Make sure it's It's from people that you trust, and just because they have a game on it that you follow or that you play doesn't mean necessarily that that project has vouched for them.
Yes, definitely. And, you know, of course, the Eternity team would talk to them first and, you know, look at the security involved. But, yeah, we can't always vouch for the security of another project.
And also the developers of another project. It could
Correct.
be, like, I imagine if it starts getting more traction, these kind of launches, there's bound to be scam launches out there as well. So yeah, just be careful out there, and
Yes.
yeah, it might not, like, the launches might not require project developers to be in the know that they added the project in the launcher. So even if you see Eternity or another project on there, it might not be like greenlit from the developers or of those projects. So just tread lightly and look into, like, due diligence for those the developers behind the launches, like you would any other project. But, and especially when it concerns private keys and seed phrases, you're really exposed on that front. I think it is a good solution, but there's a lot of trust in this one.
Definitely do your own research. Be careful. It's still the Wild West out there. You know, be careful.
Yeah. I think my one recommendation would probably be always, like, if you try out these launches, use a new, fresh wallet. So you don't expose any existing private keys. Like, make a new wallet only for this and then fund it with as much money as you can afford to lose, and not more than that. And then
that's a good idea.
Yeah, then you just use that for that launcher. And even better, if you test out multiple launches, use a private key for each. Like a new one for each launcher. That would probably be the safest. And it would limit the amount you would lose in case one of them goes rogue or is a scam or whatever.
Yeah, good call.
But yeah, it's definitely an interesting concept with 3 launches, and I can definitely see it working, but it will require a lot of trust. At least if it works in the way that I think it's gonna work.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure how you would make a launcher. Like, I imagine it's kind of like the Windows Store, where it's an application that you open and then you can interact with Web3 stuff there without having to have a wallet extension in your browser and stuff. I think that's the concept of it. And so that's why I think it will require a private key to be inserted in the application, because otherwise it wouldn't be any different from using a browser. So I would probably much rather use my browser in the way that I'm already doing it than I would trust some third-party program. But I think the goal is to have an application you can start up, and then you can browse all these Web3 stuff, and then you never have to concern yourself about logging in, because it already knows your credentials.
Right.
I believe that's the idea. So we kind of skip all this having to remember your master password, and you have to sign everything. Maybe it'll do that on its own. Maybe it will prompt you to, hey, you just need to sign this or whatever. Probably will. I would probably be concerned if it didn't ask me to sign.
Right. Right.
But yeah, we'll have to
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just important to be cautious and maybe as slightly suspicious when people ask for your private keys. Doesn't have to be malicious, but I think some suspicion is always in order when stuff like that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, always use fresh wallets is my recommendation. As like when anyone asks for your private key, and you know it might not be a scam, use a fresh wallet anyway. And then I guess if there was a way to check if someone was logging into a wallet, that could be nice. Alright, but yep, we are out of time now. We will see you guys in the next one, which will be next week, I'm pretty sure. Unless unless anything changes. So yeah, we'll see you guys then. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.